Hey buddy, how are you? I'm doing real good, even though I've been up for a while and there's a train and it's probably gonna mess up my recording, but I'm just gonna keep talking, except I gotta check if I'm using the right mic. Oh no! It was the right mic, so I'm saved. Anyway, so thank you so much for the responses on the last videos of the Jade Unshaken characters. I didn't expect that so many people would be like so for listening to things about the characters that, I don't know, I guess I felt they were a little bit meaningless to know, but a lot of people were like really supportive of the idea and were like, I feel like I know them now, and I'm like, oh. One person said that they felt really connected to the characters now. They feel like they really are attached to them now, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna cry. It was so nice. But yeah, anyway, thanks for the kind responses. They're so great. And I know I said in the last video that I would be talking about the other characters this week, but I don't know, I feel like I should mix it up a little bit week to week. Like, I don't think I should probably do the same thing week after week after week. That being said, what I'm drawing right now is a redesign of, actually, let me check how old this character is. Yeah, alright, so I created this character April 13th, 2010. That is so long ago, I didn't expect that. I was like, maybe I was expecting 2011 or something. Like, I don't think it could have been any later than 2011 or 2012, I guess. One, because of the reference pic over there. I mean, as you can see, real bad, but yeah, I guess her name was Mira. She was age 14. She looks like, okay, yeah, she's bad-tempered, usually aggressive to anyone, never makes a move on the person that she likes, even though she wants to. Apparently I've had random character traits. Apparently she hates the color brown, she wishes she was taller, she hates bows, and wishes her hair was darker, and likes flowers. And also, more random stuff is other kids never liked her because of her obsessive attitude towards everything. She has a younger sister that lives with her dad, and she lives with her mom in an apartment. Why did I have so much information on this character that I never used? She loves science and wants to be a botanist, and the only things she can draw are flowers and trees. Why was there so much? I don't think... Let me see. Okay, I drew her twice more, and I just stopped forever. Like, I stopped drawing her April 13th. Is that the same day? Oh no! That's the same day. I never drew her again. Except there was like 2 other pictures, but they were like mega doodles. Like, honestly, you don't want to see them. I can't believe there's so much information for a character I never use, and I don't know, I don't see myself ever using her. I guess I could put her in JU. She has a pretty, I guess, extensive backstory with her sister and parents that I don't even have this kind of information on some of the main JU characters. Like, what is that about? Like, some of them maybe don't have a favorite color, or maybe don't have an especially big interest, like, who wants to be a botanist. Like, I don't understand. I guess I just was really into giving character information when I was 13, and all I could do was draw them really badly and give them information. That's so interesting though. But anyway, yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm redesigning her, and what I do when I redesign characters, or when I just basically design characters in general, I'll set up the basic body type that I want to go with, and then I'll set that body type. It'll just be like kind of a messy sketch. I'll set that body type to a lower opacity, and then I'll draw over the body a few different outfits, and usually it takes me a little while to get into the groove of knowing what this character will like to wear, or luckily this is a redesign, so I kind of already have an idea of what I want her to go with, but when I'm designing things for the first time, it'll take me a while to really get the feel of what the character is gonna be like. In the Leviathan's vein, a separate story that I have that I've been working on the side when I don't feel like working on JU, I've redesigned those characters a good amount of times because, I mean, the first designs were great and I love them so much, I love them to death, but they weren't practical for the story, so I had to redesign them, and I had to redesign them in a way that made sense for their particular region that they're from, the world that they're from, and had to make sense for what they're going to do in the story. But yeah, that's basically what I do for character design. I design and design and design, and a lot of the times when I do a few designs, I'll take different elements that I like about all the designs that I did, and then make a new design incorporating all the elements that I liked. I'm like narrowing down what I think the character is going to be like or like to wear. Yeah, I think I've decided now that this character, because I've been needing some Jaden Unshaken background characters for a future arc. I made a bunch already. They're on my Jaden Unshaken Tumblr blog. That's just Jaden Unshaken, all one word, jadenunshaken.tumblr.com. There should be a link in the description of basically all my videos to a link to the blog, and if you scroll down a little bit, you will see a post that I made, and it has a lot of the new characters that will be in the background of a future arc of Jaden Unshaken. And I do have information on all of them, very basic information, nothing as deep as what I had for Mira here. Their powers, their names, their personalities as well. I just didn't type them up for the post because I was like, there's like 9 characters here, and I don't want to like overwhelm people with like, hey, look at all these new Jaden Unshaken characters and you can learn all about them right here. I'm just like, you guys don't even need to know these things, because while I have all the information and I know what the characters are like and I know how they would end up together, like interacting, it's not particularly important to the main JU storyline, which is about Jaden and her friends. So these characters, while they have personalities and stories intertwining with each other, they don't particularly get involved with Jaden specifically or her main circle of friends. And I can't really explain why, because if I did, then I'd give away a future Jaden Unshaken arc. All you need to know is they all have powers, as per most of the Jaden Unshaken cast does. Yeah, they all have powers, and they will be in a future arc. You're probably not going to know much about them. They're probably going to stay in the background, but I needed to make them, and I needed to remember what powers they had so that if I wanted to go even further into the future of Jaden Unshaken, then I would be able to kind of like make a chart of like, well, who gets with who and who has children with who, and like, not all people do. I just, sometimes in the Jaden Unshaken universe, there are a lot of the main characters that get together and have children. If I want them to do that, and if I want them to have powers and then have children, the children are going to have powers. So I need to figure out, because with the Jaden Unshaken, with the powers reside in like the X chromosome. So if you get a particular power, then it has to come from the X chromosome from one of your parents. So it's just a lot of science. Yeah, I don't think I've properly explained before in any of my videos of just how much I tried to base Jaden Unshaken on basic science. I mean, like, I'm no scientist. Science was actually my worst subject. I don't even want to talk about it, but anyway, like, I needed to know the characters' names and powers if I wanted them to have kids, and if I wanted the kids of these characters to get involved with any of the future kids of the Jaden Unshaken cast. If I wanted them to get involved with them in any sort of way, if they're friends, then I need to know what the kids' powers are, and I need to know if they're like a combination of the parents, or if the child only gets certain ones from the parents. Like, for example, if 2 Jaden Unshaken characters had a child, depending, because, well, there's XX and XY to make the child. So if the XY had a power, then that would be in the X chromosome, and then if the XX had a power, it could be in either of the X chromosomes. And I wouldn't say it's possible to have both XXs in this generation of JU, the first generation of JU, which is where it all starts, which is where Jaden is right now. But anyway, if those 2 were to have a child, then if that child were XY, then the X would have had to come from the double X parent. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you've taken biology, then you understand, but I'm just, it's very basic. It's very basic. I didn't want to complicate it too much, because since I'm not very good in science, so I wouldn't want to tax my own brain trying to learn how my own show works, you know? But anyway, if you spend any more time on the Jaden Unshaken Tumblr blog, then you'll notice I uploaded an animation, and the animation was a little long, and it was colorful, there was a lot of frames. You might have thought, like, wow, Shayna, when did you have the time for that? Well, I had the time for that in 2013. Yeah, let me tell you, I found a bunch of my 2013 animations. I found them on my external hard drive, and I found them during Shishiberu's stream. Shishiberu was streaming. I'll link her in the description. She was streaming on Twitch. She really does amazing art, and I really recommend you following her and getting notified for when she streams because she really deserves it. But anyway, I was in one of the streams and she mentioned something about how animating a bicycle would be difficult. And I was like, you know what, I've actually animated a bicycle before in the past. Let me see if I managed to save it on my external hard drive, which I kind of thought it would be on my external hard drive because I knew it was old, and I knew a lot of my old stuff got saved to my external. Not much of my 2014 on got saved to the external, so when my computer died, a lot of 2014 and 2015 and some of 2016, a lot of that stuff got deleted. But I was pretty confident that I would find the bicycle animation, so I started looking through my external hard drive for the bicycle animation. I knew the basics of where it might be, and when I opened the folder, I discovered that I completely forgot that I had all these animations that I used to do before I rejoined the fanime community in 2014. I had so many, and I was like, looking through all of them, I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried. It was that impactful for me. I forgot that I did the majority of these things, and I was thinking as I was watching them, I was like, I can't believe I did this. This is so many frames. Like, how did I manage to do this while I was in school? I guess I just happened to do it in my free time when I was in school. Like, I don't understand. I mean, obviously I didn't put all my effort into it because the visuals aren't very good, but like there were a lot of frames. There was a lot of frames and a lot of different poses, and I was just so surprised that I found this particular animation, and that particular animation is on my Jade Unshaken Tumblr. I might link to that one specifically in the description just to give you a little peek at what exactly I'm talking about, and just in case if in the future people are listening to this and they don't want to just, oh hey, it's on the Jade Unshaken Tumblr, I'll go check it out, and then it's like way in the archives, you know, I don't want to do that, so I'll go ahead and link it. Yeah, so like, I found a ton of stuff that I forgot I made. I was like, wow, I finished this, and I finished this. I didn't actually finish that video that I posted. I just, when I say I finished it, I mean like, wow, I colored it a lot, and I did a lot more frames than I thought, and I got way further into the song than I thought. Like, to my memory, I had only done, like, maybe the first shot of animation that you see in that particular animation. It was supposed to be the opening for the show that I wanted to do for Jade Unshaken at the time. At the time I called it HIT, which is just Heroes in Training, and it made sense for the story at the time. It doesn't make sense for the story now, but it's just so amazing for me to see just how much that I had done. I'm like, wow, my characters are moving and I didn't even have to do anything. Like, that's how it felt. It felt like a fan art almost. That's how little I remembered of it. It blew my mind. And then I found a lot of much older things, because the one I'm talking about is from 2013, but I found stuff from 2011, 2012, and I did find the bicycle animations. I will post them eventually, but they include names of certain people that I don't want to associate with anymore. Nothing known in the fanime community or basically the internet. It's all in real life stuff, so I want to edit those names out. Oh, let me tell you, I did edit those names out, and I edited all the worthwhile animations together into one video, and I planned to post them on YouTube. But the thing was, I posted it, and then like 2 seconds later, it's down. Like, when I was younger, I wasn't very smart with knowing what kind of music I should use. Like, nowadays, I always use a cover or a remix of a song that I'm using for a video, like a parody video that I'm doing. But for my old videos, I used to always just straight up use the same exact song, no changes. So that was a mistake, and when I posted it, it got taken down immediately. I wasn't too bummed. I mean, I was kind of bummed. I was like, oh man, I kind of wanted to see my subscribers see these really bad animations, but like kind of good animations, because like, I don't know, I still love them. Like, a lot of people look back on their old animations and art and just don't like them at all. They're like so embarrassed by them. I feel like that kind of more about Magical Girl School. Like, the embarrassment hasn't rubbed off yet about Magical Girl School, even though I do kind of get pumped when I watch it. But anyway, yeah, like when I watch my old Jade Unshaken animations, I usually get really excited because I love the characters so much and I'm so invested in them. I'm always enjoying when I watch them move, you know? Like, I love seeing my characters leave. It's such a great feeling, and yeah, I was a little disappointed that you guys couldn't share the feeling, but I was like, well, all these videos are short enough, I can probably post them on Tumblr, so that's what I did, and that's why that video is linked to on the Tumblr and not on YouTube as unlisted. Because, like, if it hadn't posted, then I would have posted it on unlisted. But then I searched up, does your video still get copyright struck if it's unlisted? And it told me that it would. So I was like, well, that's pointless then. I'll just have to upload the videos individually to Tumblr. So there went like 3 hours of my editing. Because like, it took me a long time to watch all my animations and then decide which ones I want in the YouTube video. And then, when I'm done with that, I have to resize them so they fit the framing. In Adobe After Effects, I had to block out the names because like, it wasn't any like credit, it was like I named characters after some of my IRL relationship friend peoples. Don't want to get too deep in that. But yeah, so like I edited all that out and I rendered it 5 times because I would watch it and I would notice a mistake. So I would go like, oh, I can't post this on YouTube. I'll have to go back into After Effects and re-edit and then republish, and then I'll publish and then I watch it and then I find another mistake. And so I did that 5 times and then I finally was like, yeah, this is good. I'll post on YouTube now. There might be still some mistakes, but I don't care. I'm just posting it. And then, you know, it was taken down. So like there went 2 hours of my time because the 2 hours of editing time. But yeah, I'm just looking back on it right now with kind of like a haha, it didn't work. Like, I don't really care. I can still post it on Tumblr, so it's fine. You guys who want to will still be able to see them, and I'll still have them forever, so I'm satisfied despite the bumps in the road. Jiminy Christmas, this video is long. Alright, I think that should be enough for this Draw and Talk video. I really appreciate you guys listening to these and watching these and giving me your feedback. I haven't done the drawing yet, but I'm gonna hope that it went well, and I managed to do something that I liked. And I hope you guys like it too. Let me know which of the outfits that I made that you liked the most, if you liked what I finally did, or if you liked it better at some certain part of the video. Depending on your answers, I might have that as like an outfit number 2 or something. Like sometimes you see her in this outfit, sometimes you see her in that one. So yeah, basically just let me know what you think. And do you have any characters that you think you would like to redesign? Go ahead and tell me about which one and why. Like, is it because it's the character is embarrassing, like they look embarrassing, or is it because you think the character's too much of a Mary Sue? I struggle to use that word, but is it because you think the colors are wrong, or it's just not the right feel of the character anymore? Go ahead and explain all the things in the comments. I always read them, and I always appreciate that you take the time to comment such long and lovely comments about your characters on my videos, because it makes me feel like you're engaging, and I really think that's pretty important to make you feel nice. So go ahead and do that. But yeah, this has been Shayna, I guess you can call me Shayna. I'm done now. I've really been having a great time talking to you guys and drawing for you. Big hug, and bye-bye.